Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. Recently, I purchased a copy of Castle Ravenloft, the board game, the Dungeons & Dragons board game, and it comes with a whole bunch of miniatures which are surprisingly good. I actually like a lot of them. Obviously, they're not to the quality of things like Games Workshop, but there's some really nice stuff in there. But there are two miniatures that looked ghastly, in my opinion, and I really wanted to upgrade them. So that is what I have done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you the miniatures that I deemed unworthy, and then we're going to look at some replacements I purchased. First of all, this guy. This is the Dragonborn fighter hero, and I don't know, there's just something that this miniature just didn't do it for me at all. First of all, that axe is very, very wimpy looking. Second, he doesn't seem very big and imposing, and I feel like a Dragonborn fighter should be a bit more intimidating than that. And I guess third of all is the weird leg cocking pose that makes it looks more like he's doing a maypole dance around a maypole than actually fighting. Either that or he's going, oh, why, Yoda, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, no, I just don't like it at all. Almost as much as I don't like that voice I just did. So anyway, so this is the first guy that I wanted to replace. And what I've done for replacements is I have looked at the Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures range, the pre-primed unpainted miniatures. I only have had one of these prior to this endeavour. I had the Umber Hulk, which I showed off in my unboxing initial thoughts video for the Blackstone Fortress Amble expansion. So, I picked up the Dragonborn fighter with spear. And if you've not seen these marvellous miniatures before, they are pre-primed, pre-assembled, and ready to go, really, ready just to start painting. And they're pretty good. They're pretty detailed. I was impressed with the Umber Hulk. I had to do some hot water treatment on him though, because he was bent all that shape. So you get little diddy thin bases. But the miniatures themselves also have a little bit of sculpted scenic base on there. So, this is the first one in the pack. And like I say, you get two in the pack, and I paid £4.50. And I think in like America, it's about $3 a pack. They're pretty decent value, really. And I just like this miniature a whole heck of a heap more than the one that was in the Castle Ravenloft box set. I mean, he's just got a more dynamic pose. He looks more intimidating. He's slightly bigger, I think. He seems slightly bigger. He's bulkier, isn't he? More so than anything else. He's got a cool shield and spear combo. His face, he looks more, I don't know, more dragony, I guess. I mean, he looks a little bit more lizardy, if that makes sense. This one looks a little bit more majestic as a fighter. Pretty nice build. There is some, you can see a little bit of gappage on the waist, but other than that, pretty good. And a nice sculpt with a little bit of scenic base on there, so that when he goes on the base, you've already got something to work from in terms of making it a scenic base. That's a pretty nice miniature, but I do prefer this one. This is the second one in the set, and he's got a cool double-handed weapon, sort of dragon head pick type thing going on, and that's just really cool. Really cool. A bit of gappage around the head, but I don't think that's anything too much to worry about. Might need to put a dab of liquid green stuff in there. But yeah, that's just a much nicer, more dynamic, more exciting miniature than Mr. Maypole Dancer here. And again, although although he's not really sort of taller or anything, he just has a more imposing presence. I'm very much like that one. And the detail's nicer as well, obviously, as you would expect. And I guess the other thing is the weapons, just they're more sturdy, they're more robust. I mean, this flimsy axe thing, it's not doing it for a big bruiser fighter. It needs something better. Anyway, so the second miniature that I want to replace, some people who know Castle Ravenloft may be able to guess this one. It is this werewolf, which has the most absurd, ridiculous pose I think I've ever seen on a miniature. It is ridiculous. It looks like something out of Scooby-Doo. You can imagine, like, he's sneaking along in the dark, and then a searchlight hits him, like in a Warner Brothers cartoon. He just freezes. It's like a werewolf playing "What's the Time, Mr. Wolf." You can imagine him like there's a wall. He's on, and the searchlight comes on and just hits him straight, and he just freeze. It's just nonsense. It's just not a good miniature. Not a fan of that one at all. Luckily, and also again, just seems a little bit small and unimposing. I'm a massive fan of werewolves. I love werewolf mythology, and I'll watch any werewolf film, even if it's a rubbish film, and most werewolf films are actually rubbish. But yeah, stuff with werewolves in, I'm a big fan of. So I wanted something a little bit more imposing. So again, we've gone to Nolzur's, and I picked up this pack of 2 werewolves. And I mean, even in the package, you can see they look scary. They look more intimidating. This werewolf looks like a comedy character. It's like a joke werewolf. It's like someone wearing a mask going to a party. Excuse me while I rustle off camera as I open this pack. Again, you get the 2 black bases, but the miniatures do actually have scenic bases. I'll show you this one first. This one's my least favourite of the 2. This guy, look, he's got a hand off. He's got a packed lunch. He's off to work. He's just gone into the office. He's gone for a promotion. That's what it is. Look, he's shaking hands with the boss. Yeah, I will accept the promotion. I've gone off on one now. It's look at the face. Look how much more frightening that seems. Yeah, like I say, he's got a disembodied hand. He's taken along for a picnic lunch. He's bulkier. He's much bigger than the other werewolf. I think this is supposed to be a female werewolf, and this is a male werewolf, which might have something to do with it. But it's just, and obviously this pose is obviously leaning very far forwards, and which gives it a shorter stature anyway. But this one's just much better. It's just a much better sculpt. Big imposing fella. But the other one is my favourite. Unfortunately, this one's quite gappy around the neck. You can see that's going to require some green stuff, and around that arm he's not been put together very well at all, but it's a really good sculpt. It's a really good sculpt. I actually think his scenic base is bigger than the plastic base they give you. Oh, it just fits. Just. He's just squeezing on. But yeah, that's nice. That's a nice miniature. It is a shame that whoever assembled this miniature failed a little bit in terms of lining it up. The head's not gone on quite right. Like I say, liquid green stuff will resolve that. And I love the hands on them. He's got slightly bendy hands that need to be straightened out. A little bit of hot water treatment, because it looks like someone's trapped his hand in a door somewhere when he was chasing them. He's done that classic thing where he's put his hand through the gap in the door and they've slammed the door and broken his finger there. But that will be sorted out with a bit of hot water treatment. That will straighten out, no problem at all. I know that from having tinkered with the Umber Hulk previously. And that's it. And again, that was £4.50 for the 2 miniatures. And it's nice to have some werewolf miniatures anyway, even if I wasn't replacing the one from Castle Ravenloft. But yeah, so there we go. So that's what I've purchased recently from Nolzur's range. I do actually really quite like these. They're obviously they're not the greatest sculpts in the world, but they have just the right amount of detailing on them. Then they don't go overboard with the twiddles and diddles, which makes them, I think, I should imagine they'll paint up quite nicely. And yeah, I guess that's all I've got to say at the moment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.